Today we're taking a look at the Los Angeles Clippers vs Phoenix Suns match, which is happening on Tuesday, June 22, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The Clippers are in danger of falling behind 0-2 for their third straight playoff series. I don't know if they just love living on the edge or need a little jolt to play at their best. But following the Clippers this postseason is like a never-ending roller coaster ride. Paul George is changing the way people perceive him by the way he has carried the team in the wake of Kawhi Leonard's knee injury. He's no longer the punchline for the team's failures after lifting them past the number 1 ranked Utah Jazz in the previous series, but he's going to have to do it again against the Suns with Leonard still out. Marcus Morris' status is also iffy for Game 2. Unlike Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker is healthy, and the Suns are so deep that it didn't even look like they missed Chris Paul in Game 1. While Leonard's injury is obviously critical as arguably the best player whose team remains in the playoffs, the Morris injury is also incredibly important. The Clippers dominated the Jazz in Games 5 and 6 of their previous series as their small ball lineup, Jackson, Terrence Mann, George, Nicholas Batum, and Morris, shredded the Jazz with their spacing and shooting as they used Rudy Gobert's shot-blocking instincts against him. This lineup's availability in Game 2 will be key as their defensive strategy of switching everything is the Clippers' best chance of stopping Devin Booker and the Suns' offense. In Game 1, Booker dominated as he scored 40 points on just 29 shots, grabbed 13 rebounds, and dished out 11 assists. With just 2 turnovers, Booker dominated against drop coverage as he was able to get downhill or step into jump shots on the perimeter. Morris' health will be key in keeping bigs who play predominantly drop coverage, like Ivica Zubac and DeMarcus Cousins, off of the court. However, Morris played through a knee injury in Game 1, but he wasn't fully healthy as the Clippers elected to play a drop defense with him at center defensively, and the Suns picked this apart. There aren't many teams that could replace one of their star players on the fly. Imagine where the Los Angeles Lakers would be right now if they had an answer for Anthony Davis's injury problems. Cameron Payne has been the answer for the Suns' Chris Paul problems. The future Hall of Famer is currently in the COVID health and safety protocol while his team battles the Clippers for a chance to go to the NBA Finals. No, Payne isn't dropping 30-plus points, but he is working as the primary ball general so Devin Booker can do what he does best. He finished Game 1 with 11 points and 9 assists, a near double-double that helped propel the team to victory. The Clippers obviously miss Kawhi Leonard more than the Suns miss Chris Paul right now. It was borderline miraculous that they were able to make it past the Jazz, but they're up against a steeper hill with Devin Booker on the opposite end of the floor. This was the coming out party few expected to see on this stage. It was that ball movement that aided in the Suns shooting such a high percentage and keeping them one step ahead of the Clippers throughout the game. They'll need more of that effort in Game 2 with Paul still stuck in quarantine. The Clippers fought valiantly in Game 1, but they simply looked outgunned on the floor. It's a tough pill to swallow when looking at the stat sheet and seeing you still lost the game despite knocking down 23 pointers. What is the likelihood of them having another performance like that again on Tuesday? Booker has been lethal on the floor. The crew over at ESPN First Take is already comparing him to the late, great Kobe Bryant. Booker dominated Game 1, and he must continue playing at a high level in Game 2 for the Suns to cover. Payne also had a strong performance as he scored 11 points on 10 shots but added 9 assists to just 1 turnover. Payne struggled with foul trouble as 5 fouls limited him to just 29 minutes, and he must make smart decisions defensively to stay on the court as the Suns outscored the Clippers by 14 points in his time on the court. Leonard is still out, and Marcus Morris is questionable with an injury. The Clippers could legitimately be in trouble. This also isn't one of those games where you can simply look at the Suns' previous shooting percentage and call it a fluke. They are averaging nearly 50% shooting throughout the season. Ayton has favorable matchups against the Clippers when the Clippers go big. Zubac/Cousins, or small. Morris/Batum, as his size, strength, and quickness combination is unmatched in the Clippers' frontcourt. Ayton scored an efficient 20 points on 14 shots in Game 1, and he must be aggressive in sealing and posting up mismatches to get shots in the paint before defenders can rotate to him. His ability to punish the Clippers for switching defensively will be important to neutralize the Clippers' best defensive chance of limiting Booker. My betting advice for that game is to pick Phoenix Suns, -5.5. The LA Clippers are going to face an uphill climb beating the Suns without Kawhi Leonard, who looks like he may be out for the rest of this series. They have fought valiantly, beating Utah without him, and they gave the Suns a run here in Game 1, but the Suns were without Chris Paul, who was in COVID-19 protocols. The Clippers only shot 45% but made 23s, which kept them in the game. The Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 115.1 points on 491% shooting, allowing 109.4 points on 45.3% shooting. Kawhi Leonard is averaging 30.4 points and 7.7 rebounds, while Paul George is averaging 26.6 points and 8.9 rebounds. Reggie Jackson is the third double-digit scorer, and Marcus Morris Sr. is grabbing 4.2 rebounds. The Los Angeles Clippers are shooting 40.3% from beyond the arc and 84.3% from the free throw line. The Los Angeles Clippers are allowing 40.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 40.6 rebounds per game. Paul George continues to earn the Playoff P nickname as he poured in a team-high 34 points with 7 threes to lead the Clippers. Reggie Jackson also continued his strong play with 24 points and 6 rebounds, but no one else stepped up. The Clippers dusted off DeMarcus Cousins and he was effective in the first half with 11 points, but got in foul trouble and only played 13 minutes. Other than that, no one else was in double figures. The Phoenix Suns had to play without their leader Chris Paul, who is in COVID protocols, but their young star Devin Booker put the team on his back. Booker broke open a close game with some hot shooting in the second half on his way to 40 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. He helped the Suns pull away in the fourth quarter as they went on to win 120-114 Game 1 win. The Phoenix Suns are averaging 111.8 points on 48.9% shooting and allowing 102 points on 42.6% shooting. Devin Booker is averaging 29 points and 5.4 assists, while Chris Paul is averaging 15.7 points and 4.1 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton is the third double-digit scorer and Michael Bridges is grabbing 3.7 rebounds. The Phoenix Suns are shooting 38.6% from beyond the arc and 86.9% from the free throw line. The Phoenix Suns are allowing 33.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.3 rebounds per game. The Suns shot 55% from the floor and had a balanced attack with 6 players in double figures. DeAndre Ayton had 20 points and 9 rebounds, while Michael Bridges added 14 points. Jay Crowder added 13 points, while Cam Johnson had 12 and Cam Payne added 11. Paul's status is not clear, but it appears that he will also be out for Game 2. But check his status before game time. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 224. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.